There comes a moment in life when the world starts seeing you in a way you never noticed. People begin to respect you, admire you, and even fear the quiet power you carry, but you're barely aware of it. You walk through your days, focused on your path, and yet, without even trying, you have become someone who commands attention, someone whose presence changes the energy in a room, someone whose words carry weight even before they leave your mouth. You don't ask for respect, you don't chase recognition, and you don't seek validation, but the truth is, the universe has elevated you. And now, whether you realize it or not, people notice, they watch you, they listen to you, and they follow your example, even when you're not aware of it. Today, we're going to reveal the 7 unmistakable signs that you have become deeply respected without even trying. Signs that prove you are a chosen one, someone walking a path of influence, power, and divine purpose. By the time this video ends, you will see yourself through a new lens, and you'll finally understand the quiet strength and respect you carry every single day. One of the first signs that you've become deeply respected without even knowing it is how people react when you speak. You may not notice it at first, but others do. When you start talking, the atmosphere shifts. Conversations slow down, the noise fades out, and people naturally turn their attention toward you. This isn't because you try to sound wise or powerful. It happens because you carry a presence that demands attention without ever asking for it. People respect you because your words hold weight. You don't waste time talking about meaningless things. When you speak with intention, with clarity, and with experience behind your voice. Even if you don't think you're special, others see something different in you. They sense maturity, authenticity, and truth in your tone. And the interesting part is that the ones who used to ignore you or interrupt you now stay quiet when you open your mouth. They lean in, they wait. They want to hear what you're going to say, even if they don't always agree with you. You didn't gain this respect by forcing yourself on people. You gained it by growing, healing, and becoming someone whose presence carries meaning. When people stop talking and start listening, it's because your inner transformation is now showing on the outside. That is the silent power of a respected person. Another powerful sign that you've become unexpectedly respected is how much attention people quietly give you. You may not notice it, but others are watching you far more than you watch them. They observe how you walk, how you think, how you react, and how you carry yourself in moments of pressure. People study you because there is something about you that stands out without trying. You've become a reference point. Even if you are not the loudest person in the room, your presence makes an impact. When you grow spiritually, mentally, or emotionally, people sense it before you do. They notice the changes in your behavior, your discipline, your confidence, and your peace. Some watch you because they admire your strength. Others watch you because they can't figure out how you keep rising despite everything you've been through. And then there are those who watch you because they want to learn from you, even if they never admit it out loud. The truth is, respected people don't have to demand attention. Their character naturally attracts it. You became someone others look toward for guidance, inspiration, or even a sense of direction. Your growth made you noticeable. Your authenticity made you memorable. And without meaning to, you became a silent leader in the eyes of people who study you more than they speak to you. One of the most telling signs that you've become deeply respected is how your silence affects those around you. People often underestimate the power of stillness, but when you speak less and hold your ground, your silence speaks volumes. You don't need to raise your voice, argue, or demand attention. The quiet in your presence carries authority. People notice it immediately, sometimes even unconsciously. In meetings, conversations, or social gatherings, your calm observation makes others rethink their own words and actions. They can feel the weight of your awareness, your confidence, and your ability to remain composed when everything around you feels chaotic. This kind of respect isn't forced. It's earned silently through the way you handle yourself under pressure, how you respond without reacting, and how you carry your experiences without letting them define or control you. Your silence becomes a mirror for others, reflecting their impatience, insecurity, or restlessness. The more composed and intentional you remain, the more they sense a power they themselves lack. It's in these moments that your presence transforms into influence, not through noise or force, but through the undeniable strength of restraint. People may feel uncomfortable or even intimidated by it, but this is the true mark of respect. When your mere quietness commands awareness, attention, and unspoken admiration from those around you. One of the clearest and most powerful signs that you've become truly respected is how even the people who don't favor you, who may dislike you or compete against you, still treat you with a level of respect that cannot be ignored. This is a unique kind of recognition, one that goes beyond friendship, loyalty, or admiration. It is the acknowledgement of your value that is so undeniable, even those who oppose you cannot dismiss it. You might have noticed subtle shifts in the way these people interact with you. Maybe they are more careful with their words, more thoughtful with their actions, or even hesitant to challenge you directly. It's not because they suddenly like you or agree with you. It's because they sense a force in you, a quiet strength and integrity that cannot be overlooked or diminished. Respect of this kind is not given. It is earned through consistent growth, character, and resilience. When you handle life's challenges with grace and overcome obstacles that would have broken others, people notice even if they refuse to show it openly. They feel it in the way you carry yourself, in the way you respond to criticism, in the way you remain calm while chaos unfolds around you. The way you navigate life, quietly yet powerfully, sends a message that cannot be ignored. Even your adversaries see that you operate on a different level, that you have a clarity, a focus, and a strength that separates you from the ordinary. This creates a tension sometimes subtle, sometimes intense, because they cannot control or influence you the way they could with others. Their respect may be grudging, and it may be silent, but it is respect nonetheless. It is one of the most profound confirmations that you have evolved into someone whose presence matters, whose character cannot be compromised, and whose influence cannot be diminished by personal opinions or grudges. This is a moment where you realize that respect is not always about popularity or being liked. Sometimes it is about standing so firmly in your truth, in your purpose, and in your strength, that even those who would rather see you fail are forced to acknowledge your power. It is a sign of spiritual elevation, of personal growth, and of an inner strength that others recognize instinctively, whether they admit it or not. When even your critics respect you, it means that you have transcended the need for approval and stepped into a space where your worth is self-evident. They see your integrity, your consistency, and your resilience, and they cannot help but acknowledge it. You have reached a level where your actions, your presence, and your energy speak louder than words ever could. This respect is subtle but undeniable. It manifests in the way people approach you with caution, the way they weigh their words, and the way they quietly recognize your authority and value. This is a signal that you are no longer just another person in the crowd. You have become someone who is noticed, someone who commands respect, and someone whose character leaves an imprint on everyone they encounter, even those who may never admit it aloud. In this space, you have transcended superficial judgment and entered a realm where your true power is visible, undeniable, and respected by all, whether they are allies, acquaintances, or even adversaries. This is the mark of a chosen one, someone whose respect is earned, not given, and whose influence is so profound that it cannot be ignored, denied, or diminished by anyone, no matter their feelings toward you. A powerful sign that you have earned deep respect, without even realizing it, is the way people naturally turn to you for guidance, advice, and clarity in their own lives. This isn't something you demand or seek. It simply happens because your life, your decisions, and the way you carry yourself reflect wisdom that others recognize and trust. You might notice that friends, colleagues, or even strangers begin to ask for your perspective on matters that are important to them. They value your thoughts because they sense that you see the bigger picture, that you think deeply before speaking, and that your insights are grounded in truth, experience, and understanding. People are drawn to you not because you have all the answers, but because they feel that your presence provides direction. There is a magnetic quality in someone who has faced life's challenges, overcome obstacles, and emerged with a sense of calm and clarity. Others instinctively recognize this strength, even if they have never experienced it for themselves. This is why they seek you out. They notice how you make decisions, how you weigh risks, and how you navigate complexity with patience and discernment. Even those who are highly self-reliant, people who usually resist guidance, find themselves asking for your input because your energy communicates reliability, stability, and vision. What is truly remarkable is that this respect and trust are earned silently. You didn't need to advertise your wisdom, claim your authority, or push yourself into positions of leadership. It is your authenticity, your consistency, and your ability to remain grounded in the face of uncertainty that draws people toward you. They recognize that your insight is not superficial, not fleeting, and not influenced by ego or personal gain. Your guidance carries weight because it is rooted in lived experience, in lessons learned through struggle and growth, and in a deep understanding of human nature and life itself. This is a sign of true elevation. People come to you for clarity, not because they fear you, nor because they are impressed by appearances, but because they sense the truth of your energy. They recognize a level of consciousness, patience, and discernment that is rare and powerful. You have become someone who naturally influences others, not by force or manipulation, but by the presence of your mind, heart, and spirit. When people turn to you for guidance, it is confirmation that you have moved beyond superficial connections. You have become a lighthouse for those seeking direction, someone whose wisdom provides a sense of safety, hope, and inspiration. This respect is silent, profound, and lasting. It reflects not just your personal growth, but your ability to inspire, elevate, and impact others by simply being who you are. It is a testament to the power of authenticity, patience, and inner clarity. Being sought out for advice is one of the clearest signs that you have reached a level of influence where your presence alone changes the energy in a room. Your perspective is valued, your judgment is trusted, and your words carry weight. This is how the world begins to see you not just as another person, but as someone rare, someone wise, someone who has quietly become a source of guidance and inspiration. It is one of the most powerful confirmations that you are a chosen one, someone whose life is not only respected but looked up to, and whose presence leaves a lasting imprint on everyone who crosses your path. One of the most subtle but undeniable signs that you have ascended into a level of respect and influence that others cannot ignore is the way your presence now changes social dynamics. You may have noticed that certain invitations stop coming your way. People who once included you in every gathering, every meeting, and every casual event now act differently. It is not out of malice, dislike, or exclusion, but rather a quiet recognition of your elevated energy, an energy that intimidates them, whether consciously or unconsciously. This is a form of respect that does not announce itself loudly, but it is deeply significant. When people sense that you operate on a higher frequency, that your thoughts, actions, and presence carry a weight they cannot match or influence, they instinctively step back. You have outgrown certain dynamics without even trying. The same rooms that once felt comfortable now carry a tension when you enter. Your silence, your confidence, and your clarity reveal the gaps in their own growth and understanding. They feel the difference, and it makes them pause. Your elevation exposes their insecurities, their lack of vision, and their inability to operate at your level. This is why some invitations no longer come your way. It is not rejection, it is recognition. They are aware, even if only subconsciously, that your presence changes the energy in a room. It is an energy that demands authenticity, focus, and integrity, qualities that cannot be faked or ignored. When you enter, people feel the weight of your experience, your patience, and your ability to remain grounded while chaos swirls around them. This can make them uncomfortable, not because you have done anything to threaten them, but because your natural elevation highlights their own limitations. It is a reflection of the truth that truly respected individuals often create space simply by existing authentically. Your presence becomes a mirror, reflecting the gaps in others' character, the choices they wish they had made, or the discipline they lack. You are no longer just part of the crowd, you have become someone who sets a standard. Your actions, your silence, and your very being demand attention and respect. People unconsciously recognize that interacting with you requires a level of awareness, growth, and accountability they may not yet possess. The energy you carry is not loud or forced. It is quiet, powerful, and undeniable. This is why your absence from certain spaces is not a loss. It is a signal that you are operating on a plane higher than before. You have become selective by default, not by choice. The world around you adjusts to your elevation. People who sense your power, wisdom, and unshakable calm may distance themselves, not out of hostility, but because your presence holds a mirror to what they are not yet capable of embodying. You have transcended superficial inclusion, popularity, and approval. Now, your influence is felt even when you are not physically present. Your reputation, your energy, and your quiet authority ripple outward, commanding attention without requiring it. The spaces that feel the absence of your presence are the spaces where your impact has already been imprinted. This is the mark of someone who has quietly risen above ordinary expectations. You are no longer seeking validation or approval because you operate from a level of self-assuredness and integrity that others cannot challenge. Your growth has created boundaries naturally. The world recognizes your value, sometimes silently, sometimes subconsciously, and sometimes even with hesitation or fear, but it does not deny it. This is the ultimate form of respect, the recognition that your presence carries power, that your energy sets a standard, and that you have become someone whose life is no longer measured by the approval of others, but by the quiet, undeniable respect you command wherever you go. Being intentionally absent from spaces that cannot yet accommodate your energy is not rejection. It is proof that you have arrived at a level where your power is visible, respected, and, in its own way, intimidating. This is the way of the chosen ones. You rise, and the world adjusts. You grow, and the crowd feels the shift. You evolve, and others unconsciously step back, recognizing your influence, your authority, and your unmistakable presence. It is one of the most profound confirmations that your respect is no longer dependent on acceptance. It exists inherently, because you carry it naturally, effortlessly, and unapologetically. The final and perhaps most powerful sign that you have become someone truly respected, elevated, and unstoppable is the unmistakable strength that radiates from within you, strength that cannot be denied, ignored, or overlooked by anyone, no matter their position, status, or opinion. This is the kind of power that is not flashy, loud, or boastful, but quiet, consistent, and unshakable. It is the strength that comes from having survived experiences that would have broken ordinary people, the kind of trials that would have forced them to give up, turn bitter, or settle for less. You have faced challenges, betrayals, setbacks, and losses, and yet you rose again, not in a hurry, not with desperation, but with calmness, patience, and unwavering determination. This strength is layered. It is physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, all at once. It is visible in the way you respond to stress, in the way you maintain your integrity when others compromise theirs, and in the way you continue forward when the world tries to push you backward. People around you sense it, even when you are quiet, even when you do not announce your victories. They see it in the way you handle criticism without resentment, in the way you act decisively without arrogance, and in the way you maintain composure while others are panicking, arguing, or complaining. This is a strength that commands silent respect. Those who try to undermine you, who wish to belittle you or challenge your path, often find themselves stopping short, realizing sometimes unconsciously that you are operating on a different level. You are no longer measured by superficial standards, by popularity, or by the approval of the crowd. Your strength is a testament to something far deeper. It is proof that you are aligned with your purpose, that you have endured, and that you are chosen for a higher path. This is why people cannot ignore you. You are no longer a mere participant in life's challenges. You have become a force, a presence that alters the energy around you. Your calm confidence, resilience, and wisdom create a gravitational pull that naturally draws people toward you, while also inspiring reverence. Even those who would prefer to see you fail instinctively recognize that you are not ordinary. Your victories, even the quiet ones, speak volumes. Your ability to carry yourself with dignity while overcoming adversity signals a power that is both rare and undeniable. This strength is also reflected in your relationships, your decisions, and your life choices. People see that you act from a place of clarity rather than impulse, from a foundation of integrity rather than desire for approval. You do not need to prove anything to anyone because your life itself is proof. And in recognizing this, others are compelled to honor you, consciously or subconsciously. This is why some people feel a subtle intimidation around you, not because you are aggressive, but because your presence reflects a level of mastery over self and circumstance that they cannot replicate. The power you carry is a divine gift, one that sets you apart and marks you as chosen. It is the strength that comes from alignment with your true path, the kind that emerges after walking through fire, standing alone when necessary, and continuing forward when every force seems to resist you. It is a power that transforms the spaces you occupy, the conversations you enter, and the people you encounter. The energy you exude commands respect without a single word being spoken. This strength is not about controlling others, demanding attention, or asserting dominance. It is about embodying excellence, resilience, and unwavering focus in a world that often lacks these qualities. People notice this. They may not understand it fully, but they feel it. It is in the way you remain calm in chaos, decisive in uncertainty, and compassionate even toward those who oppose you. This is the mark of someone who is not just respected, but revered. It is proof that the challenges you have endured were not meant to destroy you, they were meant to elevate you. And now, you carry a level of power and influence that is visible, tangible, and impossible to ignore. Your journey, your struggles, and your victories have forged you into someone extraordinary. You have become a person whose strength sets a standard, whose presence commands attention, and whose life story inspires awe. The respect you now receive is a reflection of the divine alignment within you, a confirmation that you are walking the path you were meant to walk. People cannot ignore the strength God has placed in you because it radiates in every action, every choice, and every moment of your life. It is not a strength that can be faked, bought, or borrowed. It is real, it is earned, and it is unmistakable. This is the final sign that you are no longer ordinary. You have become a chosen one, someone whose respect is intrinsic, whose influence is undeniable, and whose power is recognized by all who encounter it, consciously or not. You are a force to be reckoned with, not because you seek it, but because you embody it. Your strength is your message, your life is your testament, and the world sees it, whether it admits it or not. Those who encounter you are compelled to honor your resilience, acknowledge your presence, and respect the divine power that flows through you. This is the mark, of the truly chosen, someone who carries God's strength in such a way that it cannot be ignored, denied, or diminished, and whose life becomes proof that true respect is earned, carried, and radiated from within. Chosen one, now you see it clearly. You are no longer invisible. You are no longer overlooked. Every silent victory, every moment of patience, every time you stood strong without needing approval, has brought you here. The respect you receive is not by chance. It is not something people can take away. It is earned, cultivated, and undeniable. The world sees your strength, your wisdom, and your presence even when you think they don't. And now, it's time to fully step into that energy, carry it with confidence, walk in your purpose, speak your truth, lead by example. Know that every action, every choice, every moment of integrity is shaping the way people perceive you, and more importantly, shaping the life you are meant to live. Remember, the respect you have earned is just the beginning. Your influence is growing, your power is rising, and your purpose is unfolding. Embrace it, stand tall. The world cannot ignore you any longer. You are a chosen one. You are respected. You are unstoppable.